All right, guys. Good morning. Morning. How we doing? Good morning. All right, Friday. Should be an interesting one. I think this is going to be an interesting one. It's like you don't know right now. It's like right on the verge. I don't know if you guys are looking what I'm looking at, but you're sitting right at these supply levels. It's going to be very interesting. So we're going to talk a little bit about it today. I'm excited for it. I don't want to get too excited because usually I don't do very well on Fridays. So let's make sure we keep it tight today. Fridays are not my best of days, but we shall see. So we got an overnight push on the futures market, right into on the ES, right into that FOMC level, that 38.35 that we've been talking about. And then on the NASDAQ, we filled this little gap up to around 11.850 and right near that 11.8 area. So this should be an interesting day. Do we hold this move? Do we hold this move into market open? Do we continue at market open, or do we see some struggle here at these supply levels? That's gonna be the question of today. So let's go ahead and prepare for the day. Let's see what we can get, and let's end the week strong. That's the most important. So today is the 24th. Happy June 24th, everyone. Futures. This is a little bit to the. Move this a little bit. There we go. Futures, economic earnings calendar. Not much on the earnings. On the economic side, we had James Bullard speaking this morning. At 10 a.m., we have inflation expectations. New home sales at 10 a.m. as well, and that's really it. So inflation expectations at 10 a.m. is maybe the one thing that you should watch out for today. 10 a.m. inflation expectations. Let's see what comes out at around 10 Eastern. That's about it on the economic side of things. So today we're going to look at Shopify. Shopify had a very nice... I'm going to do that, Andrew. I have it done. Just got to repost it there. I'll post it there and right after this stream. Shopify has a very nice breakout level that broke yesterday, and it continued very strong. So Shopify was one of the strongest names yesterday that I was watching, at least, and let's see if that can continue. I want to show you guys that chart. Tesla, interesting 4-hour chart. It looks like it has a 4-hour flag working. It needs to break through that, and the Nasdaq needs to be strong to support that move, but it does look sort of interesting, something I'm definitely watching. Apple, you got that 138 push on Apple yesterday. You guys know we were talking about that. If Apple can get over 138, this market could probably find some strength. It's over 138, so let's see, can it hold it today? NVIDIA and AMD are very weak. They are not following this move as much as other names. This is a very strong underperformance by these two names, by the chip names, AMD and NVIDIA. You also have Qualcomm that's weak as well, but I definitely want to show you guys AMD and NVIDIA. These things are not pushing as much as some other names like Apple, like Tesla, like Microsoft did yesterday, like Shopify did, like Amazon. AMD and NVIDIA definitely showing signs of underperformance. So I want to show you that. CVX, congratulations anyone that caught this yesterday. We were talking about the 146 flush. That was a beautiful downside move on CVX. Definitely something to watch out for. Snow, we've been sort of covering snow this week. Very nice breakout yesterday. It had that upgrade that we talked about, and it broke through that 140 level. So huge move there on snow. Let's see if that can continue. Amazon, nice upside potential there, and then we're gonna end the stream by looking at the different sectors. The XLP, which is consumer staples, XLE, which is energy, and XLV, which is healthcare. they're all looking like they're trying to find some support. These sectors are going to be very important for the S&P 500. The S&P 500 right now is underperforming the Nasdaq because of the weakness that we've seen on these sectors. We've seen weakness on energy, we've seen weakness on healthcare, we've seen weakness on consumer staples. These sectors are going to need to move higher if you want to see the S&P actually get some strength here. It's not going to be able to just move higher with just the technology part. So I want to show you guys these sectors. I think this is something you should watch out for. This could be a buying opportunity, or this could just be a fake push. We're going to look at it. We're going to get an idea of what to look for there. And then we'll look at your tickers, of course, as well. All right. Let's do it. So this is the interesting part, guys. This is going to be interesting. So here's the 4-hour chart, guys, on the ES. And you can see that this morning we are right at this supply level. I mean, we are sitting at it. So I can't tell you what happens today, right? That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to tell you what's going to happen. I wish I could. If I could tell you that, I would not be on this live stream. If I could tell you what's going to happen today, I would be sitting on a beach. I would place my orders at 9:30 as soon as the market opens, and I would do nothing for the rest of the day. But unfortunately, that is not my life, and nor is that anyone's life. However, what I can tell you is that this is going to be a very interesting area on the market. You can see it. It's really not that hard to see. Previous resistance. This is the FOMC push. This is the May low. And this is where we're trading today. So we are sitting right there. So what happens as we sit in this level? Are we going to see the break, or are we going to see some rejection here? Can't tell you right now. We're going to have to wait to see how this market opens. We're going to have to wait to see how the price action looks. And we're just going to have to know that there is supply above. We're going to have to make sure we come into today with preparation. We have to know that there is supply there. We have to know that that is a potential rejection point. And we have to sort of read how the price action is in the intraday. But as of right now, I can tell you, rejections, very possible. You got to move higher in the futures market off of obviously low volume because it's after hours trading. Do you hold that move? Do you hold that move? And I know we're starting with the ES. We'll go to the NASDAQ next. My key to today, my bullish case today, if you want to try to stay bullish here in the market, guys, my bullish case for today is that you have to hold 3,800 on any pullback. If you pull back off this supply, you have to hold 3,800. So if you hold 38, I think you can try to continue to chop here and make higher lows and maybe eventually go for the push. You can see we've been making higher lows. If you can pull back off this supply and hold 3,800, which was the previous resistance here this week, I think that would be a bullish thing. If you reject here and you fall under 38, then I think you start to get the bears taking a little control there. If you get back under 38, you could monitor this trend, which is a slight trend. I wouldn't say it's, perfect, but you could monitor this uptrend. So if you pull back, let's say you break the 38 and you break this trend, that's the start of that bear flag, which is possible, right? We can't count that out. If you pull back, if you hold 38, turn it into support, then you're probably going to see another push into this supply. All right? I think those are your two options here. Either a rejection and a break under the flag, or a rejection and you hold 3,800 today. The market has surprised me in the past, but I will tell you, as I, my honest opinion, as I sit here, I really think it would be surprising to see us break this supply on the first attempt. Very possible. I would be shocked by that. If we just go straight through this, that would be something. But you know what? Market is The market is the market, and I'm not going to try to fight against it. So if we go straight through, that's very bullish. If we reject here and hold 3,800, I think that would still be considered bullish. If you lose 3,800 and you start to work towards this flag, then I think that is a little bit bearish. So that's what I'm watching on the ES. On the NASDAQ, here's what I'm watching on the NQ. So right here, guys, on the hourly chart on the NQ, we have this little gap here from Friday of, what is this? This is June 10th. We had a little gap right here. The low of this gap is 11,863. 11,863. The low of this one, 11,863. Yeah, 11,863 is the exact low of these candles right here. So if we go to 11,863, that's the bottom of those candles. Now, if I go to the 5-minute chart, you can see where 11,863 comes in. It is right at the top of these candles, right? So that's interesting, right? We got to make sure we pay attention to that. We're right in that gap, and we're starting to show a little bit of rejection there. So that's the level, right? Why always interesting? Because it is to me. So 11,863, 11,863. You can see it right there. Starting to get a little bit of signs of rejection. So today, it's the same story. Do we break that? Or do we reject it? You have a little bit of an uptrend, same as the ES, right? Same little uptrend like the ES here. Do you hold it? Or do you start to break down towards that flag, right? What drives you, motivates you to continue every day with the channel and the live content? Jay Price, thank you so much. Because I genuinely like doing it, Jay Price. That's what it is. If you like doing what you're doing, if you like to do what you do, there's motivation, right? It's natural. This comes very natural to me. Like, I don't have to work to do this. This is what I tell a lot of people, right? If you want to start a channel, if you really got to work, if it's something that you're not used to, if you can't do it without, like, I don't think when I do this. When I make my videos on YouTube, I don't like script anything out. It just comes right off the tongue. So that's what motivates me, Jay. I just like it. I enjoy this. This is what I do. I mean, I would be doing this either way every morning. So why not just stream it to you guys? Plus, you guys are awesome. Everyone that supports me, actually having a following to some extent is very motivating, and I like to help. Anyways, thank you for the $5, Jay. Appreciate that, man. Hope you have a great Friday and a good weekend. So 11,863 right there. That's what I would be watching today, guys. And that's really it. I mean, that's really all you got to watch. If you break that today, you're probably going to see a squeeze. If you do not break this, you're probably going to see some downside. I would be watching this week's highs around this 11.7. This is sort of that 3,800 level on the ES. If you pull back, you want to see us hold around this 11.7. If you break the 11.7, then probably downside, right? So that's what I'd be watching today, guys. Big supply on both these charts. Going to be very interesting. And interesting, keyword interesting. And we're going to have to see how this opens at market open. So best of luck today. It's going to present opportunity. That's really all I could say. You're going to definitely get opportunity today. Depends on the direction. Either way, you're going to get direction, I think. I don't expect this to be choppy here. So either a breakthrough 11,863 and upside, or you get your flush under 11.8 and you get sort of moving back towards this channel or the uptrend. That's what I would be watching today, guys. The Dow is sort of in the same situation. You can sort of see it's like right at these FOMC highs. And it's the same thing, right? You either get a breakthrough here or you get your pullback to that previous high. Same exact story. You get the break or do you get the pullback to the previous high? All the indices are going to do the same thing today, right? Like the Dow's not going to pull back if the NASDAQ goes up, right? It's going to be I think it's going to be, they're going to move together. If we reject off the supply, you're going to see rejections off supply on the Nas, on the S&P, on the Dow. So for the Russell, you're not quite up to that FOMC high. So Russell's underperforming. Small caps showing a little bit of performance. What are the lines automatically plotted every day? You search. These are not automatically plotted lines, guys. This is me sitting at my computer making lines and analysis on a daily basis for hours. Not automatic. All right. So that's the futures. That's gonna be it's gonna be a fun day. Do we get this rejection, or do we get the break? Do we get the rejection or the break? This is a major level. What's my dream car, Daniel? Probably a 650 LT. Or actually, you know what? Let me see. No, 600 LT. It's my dream car. I love that car. All right, let's continue. That's the futures. Shop. All right, guys, here's Shopify. So I know you remember us talking about the retest of 331. We got that yesterday. Right here, you can see that. We got a push through, pull back yesterday, hold of 331. How to cope with losing trade and not try to recover with trading more? Because my losing trades are very small typically, and I always know there's another opportunity, man. I've been through it all. I have been through it all. Right? It's not like I just showed up here like I haven't traded before, right? I've had terrible times. I've had terrible experiences. I've had green days turn red. I've had red days turn massive. I've had small red days turn even bigger. I've had big green days turn into red. I've had it all. And when I remember what I felt during those periods, that is what I use to remember what I should and shouldn't do. So it's all through experience. I know that, if I'm up on the day, I need to walk away because I've seen myself turn red. If I'm small red on the day, I need to stop because I've seen myself dig myself into a bigger hole. I've experienced it all. So that would be my answer. It's just all through experience and having to live through these trials and tribulations. Damn, Jay Price, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Big GG to J Price. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. $50. $50 holla. Thank you, man. Have a great weekend. All right. So Shopify, retest of 331.50. Very nice yesterday. You got your squeeze through that next level. That's that previous support. Look at that breakthrough 350. Let me show you something. Look at this. I missed this yesterday, but look at this retest yesterday on Shop. Look how clean that is. Break, retest, 350 hold, boom. That was very nice. I'm done trading by like 11, 12 o'clock. So this happened around 1. So I wasn't around my charts to see this, but damn, that was nice. Very nice 350 retest yesterday on the 1 minute chart, or on any chart you can see it. And you can see we got the retest and the push. So right up to that 370, which is this next resistance point. If you get through 370 today on Shop, if the market is strong, I think you could see that 400. Right? I think you could see that 400. There's really not much here until 400. Obviously, Shop's a pretty beastie stock. It's dangerous. I don't like to trade it much because the contracts can really mess you up if you're wrong. But yesterday and over the last few days, Shop has been a very strong move. As you guys know, I am buying shares of Shop. I have a Shop shares at an average of around 360, I believe. So I hope that in the future, my average of 360 on Shop shares pays off. But nice move on Shop. Watch for that 370 break today or the rejection. Okay. Tesla. So Tesla on the shorter term time frames, guys, is pretty sloppy. I want to first show you the 4 hour, and then I'll show you the shorter term time frames. But the 4 hour I think is a little bit more interesting to me. So right here, guys, you can see we have this little 4 hour downtrend right here. You have a previous high, and some highs that really respected that downtrend over the last 3 days. So we hit it, rejected, hit it, rejected, hit it, rejected. So we have definitely respected this 4 hour downtrend. Yeah, the levels are going to be on there after this live stream. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to get the live stream done first. So you can see 4 hour downtrend. Are we going to get that push through? That's what I'm looking for today, because I know that if the market's strong, if the market can complement this move on Tesla, this could be a very nice 4 hour break. But your market's going to have to complement that, right? I'm not going to trust this if I see the NASDAQ rejecting today. So watching this 4 hour trend on Tesla, first resistance is up at the 730. Next resistance, if you get through that 730, if this will let me delete this. If you get through that 730, you're looking at 760, 790, right? There's not much here. So this is an interesting chart. I would make sure to watch out for this on Tesla. Watch this 4 hour trend. You might still have some rejections here, right? It's not, you might still get that downside move, but definitely something I'm managing, something I'm watching here on Tesla. If we go to the shorter term time frames, this is where Tesla gets a little messy to me. So if we delete that trend line, this is where Tesla gets a little messy to me. This is hard to read for me. I don't quite know what you're going to see here, because you're sort of just chopping. You have your downside support around 685, and you have your major upside resistance here around 730, I believe. We could draw many lines here, which I don't like to do, but you could draw like this resistance here. You could have this resistance here, right? You could draw a resistance line right up in this area. So there's a lot of levels to watch here on Tesla, and this chart can get really messy really quick. So I think I just want to watch to see where the momentum is today on Tesla more than anything. I want to see if we get towards that 730, or if we're going to start to pull back towards that 685. But right now, Tesla's in a pretty tight channel. You guys can see it right here. We're in a pretty tight channel. So looking to see if we get that push to the upside or that downside move. So keeping an eye on that. Tesla channel, maybe the 4 hour break or the 730 break. Those are the two things I'm watching. But you can see right here, that's your 4 hour downtrend right there, right? So 4 hour trend, 730 resistance is your first line. Obviously, this is going to depend on what the market does today. Apple. Okay. Hourly chart on Apple. You guys can, if you guys remember, we were talking about that 138 level, right? We got through it nicely on the pre-market today. So if I go to the 1 minute chart, you can see we sort of gapped above that 138 right here. Boom, gap up right over 138. So do we have to retest it? Right? Do we have to retest it? Possibly, to show the strength. Would I want to wait for a retest to go long Apple? Probably. If you're trading Apple, I don't know if I'd probably want to see that gap fill. And then I know that if we hold here, then you probably got some nice strength, right? If you gap fill and hold 138, then you're probably looking at some nice strength. So that's where I'd want to take it. But as I said earlier, guys, Apple needs to get over that level for the market to get some continuation. That's definitely a good sign, right? That Apple can get over this supply. You can see this major supply from back here in May. Look at all this previous support, and you're able to get above it. So that's a positive, right? That Apple is over that level. Let's see if this can continue today. It absolutely can. If the NASDAQ is strong, right? If the tech sector gets some bids today, Apple should definitely participate. I would look to see if this can continue. I would say your next level to watch out for is right in this 141, 142 area, right at these previous highs. That's probably your next level to watch, right up there at 142. So Apple, definitely interesting today. Definitely should be a mover with the overall market. Depends what the market does, but it should participate with the market direction today. Nice breakout there. All right, NVIDIA. I want to show you guys NVIDIA and AMD because they are seriously underperforming. Now, how can we tell they're underperforming? Well, let's take for example Apple, the one we just looked at, right? So this was May 15th, right? This was the high of May 15th. It's right under that supply. It's right around 137. You can see it's under this supply. You can see where Apple is now, right? It is pushing above the supply level. If we go to NVIDIA and we look at May 15th, this is May 15th. I'm sorry, this is May 15th, right here. Where is NVIDIA trading relative to May 15th? It is below. It is down 2% still from that May 15th high. Whereas Apple and Shopify, like I showed you, and some other names like Microsoft are trading above that May 15th high. I'm sorry, June 15th. Sorry, June 15th. This is your June 15th high right here. This is that FOMC push, right? So June 15th high, NVIDIA's trading below it. This is showing me underperformance, right? NVIDIA's not quite getting that push. If NVIDIA was as strong as the other names, you should be trading up here around 170. You should be pushing through that June 15th supply. You should be right up here around 169, 170. So what's the takeaway here? You have to understand that there's underperformance and that if there's a strong NASDAQ, you might not get the same type of move on a stock like AMD or NVIDIA today. So just be careful, right? If you're getting bullish here, if you see some bullish action on the market, just be cautious. Remember that AMD and NVIDIA are definitely underperforming the move because that's just something you have to know. You have to know when you come into the trading day. So NVIDIA, AMD, a little bit of underperformance there, right? Chip stock showing me a little bit of weakness. So do I want to chase that to the upside, or would I rather go with something that's outperforming, right? That's what I want to do. I want to do something. I want to trade something that's outperforming, that's following the market. I don't want to be participating in upside in a underperforming stock. That's just not something I want to be involved in. Make it easy. Don't make it hard, right? If the market's strong, find something that's outperforming, not something that's underperforming. So NVIDIA definitely underperforming. AMD even worse. Look at AMD. I mean, this is the June 15th high here, guys. You are 9% off that June 15th high. 9%. So you are heavily underperforming here on AMD. So interesting. Just wanted to point that out, guys. Make sure you're aware of this. AMD, NVIDIA, chip stocks in general, just not showing the strength that you would want to see for different names. I'm sorry, not the strength you want to see for upside in relation to those other tech names. So that's that. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, CVX. What a flush CVX was, man. Beautiful. I missed it. It was just something I wasn't really watching. This was around, again, this flush came around 11, 12 o'clock. I was sort of done with my day at that point. But you can see it right here, guys. Very clean. This was your previous low that we were talking about. This was another test of it. You can see previous low, another test of it. And then yesterday, boom, right through it. 1 minute chart. Look at what happened right here. You got your double bottom at 146 intraday. Boom, boom. You broke it. You retested it. And you rejected it. Perfect. So very clean yesterday on CVX. I know some of you guys in the chat caught this, so congratulations. But that was very clean yesterday. Really big downside. And it came right back to our 140 level, which is pretty wild. Our 140 level was the next level to watch. And look at where it came back down to. Right there to 140. So, do we hold here? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect us to flush through 140 today. That would be something. This could be a nice little opportunity off this 140. Now that you've traded back to it on CVX. I mean, this is down 24%. I wouldn't say buy it on the first day, but if you start to see some consolidation here at this 140, this could be some opportunity. So keep an eye on that. 140 on CVX, nice flush yesterday, and a nice previous resistance that could turn into support if the energy sector holds up. So that was clean on CVX. I'd watch that 140 level today. Okay, Snow. So this is a stock that's outperforming right now, right? This is the example of outperformance. Yeah, you got the AMD bear flag yesterday. We talked about that. Yeah. So we were talking about the bear flag on AMD. You got it for a little bit. It wasn't perfect. You got it. You got a short-term play on it. You can see right here. We were watching this bear flag on AMD. Let me see if I can pull up what it looked like before that. I'll go back to yesterday. Here it is. 1 second. I'll pull it up. Okay. So this is what we shared in the chat and in the live stream yesterday. We were talking about this potential bear flag on AMD. Let me make this smaller so we can see it side by side. So we were looking at this, right? Yesterday on AMD, we were saying, okay, nice supply above, possible bear flag breakdown. This is what we were sharing in the chat and in the live stream. You can see we got it, right? We definitely got it. You know, it didn't follow through to the lows, didn't really follow through at all, but you had some opportunity for sure, right? Definitely some trading opportunity there today or yesterday. So that was nice, very clean. Back above, so obviously not a swing trade, but a nice day trade for sure on there on AMD. Nice bear flag. Okay, Snow. Outperformance. Why do I say that? Well, Snow just broke out of this huge level here, right? This little double top broke out yesterday, off of a upgrade by JP Morgan and some nice price action and some big volume. So, what are you looking for today? You're looking for this to retest and hold. If Snow can retest and hold 140, that is very bullish. So that's what I'd look for. I wouldn't chase this after this breakout. I would wait for it to pull back, show you some support here at 140, and then take that thing long. That's what I'd be looking for on Snow. See if you can continue to get this outperformance, but first, wait for the pullback. Wait for it to confirm the support there. You got to see it hold support at 140. If it breaks right back under 140, then the trade's off. Wait for it to show you some support here, some confirmation. Maybe you have to wait till next week. Maybe today it just does this and closes the day right here, which is not a bad thing. That means next week it may be setting up a nice retest hold. So definitely an interesting chart to keep an eye out for. Snow is definitely outperforming a little bit. So watch that. Nice break above that 140. Okay, Amazon. So why do I think Amazon has upside? Let me just show you some of these levels. So first of all, Amazon is holding this pretty big level. This is the 2018 highs. So this is a very long dated level on Amazon. It's around 2018, 2019. So it's about 3 to 4 years back. This level dates back, and you can see we held it very nicely. A little bit of a triple bottom here. You're getting the push higher. Right, you're getting the push higher. I would watch this high because this could be a very potential head and shoulder. Right, there's definitely no doubt about that. This would be one of the cleanest head and shoulders I've ever seen. I mean, this is like really defined. Right, look how defined this is. If it works, right, that would be very defined. If that actually comes out and works. The NQ and ES levels are going to be in the Discord chat after this live stream, guys. Sorry, I had to jump on here quickly, so I'll just paste them in there after the live stream. So either a very nice head and shoulder, which is something to watch around this 115, 116 level. But if you get through that, I mean, I think you could probably get that squeeze back towards these next highs of 125. So these are some levels that I'm definitely watching on Amazon. 116, 115, and then 125, 126. But you got to get through this level because that is definitely potentially one of the cleanest head and shoulder that you've ever seen. It's like sometimes they're ugly, sometimes they're like little, you can sort of see it. This one's like bam, right in your face. So let's see if that works, right? Let's see if we start to see maybe a push here and then a rejection. That could start to form that head and shoulder formation. So watch out for that. But then if you get through that level, it'll retest. 125 has that next level. You bought it Amazon at 103. Nice, Piff. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy that. All right. So now, yeah, let's go over Meta. I see some of you guys talking about it, and it also did break out a key level, so I'll go over it for you. Let me get. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Meta here, just because it's been in a really ugly downtrend, but I'll show you what it's been doing. So let me get a little bit more time here. Okay, here we go. Hold on. There we go. So here's Meta, Facebook. I hate saying Meta, and you can see it's trying to get over this supply. It's not that clean, I gotta say, right? It's not the cleanest area. You can see it's a little bit choppy here. It's not like a perfect line, but it is sort of there. So right around this 159, 160 zone is where we had previous support into resistance. You're attempting to get over it. So for me, you have to see us hold at least 159.50, 160 for this to push back to the upside. You got to see this previous resistance turn into support, right? Even if you ignore some of this other stuff, you got to see these highs from the short term turn into support. You can't break back below this level. So 159.50 would be my watch. You got to see this do a break. You got to see it turn into support, something like this, if it pulls back, and start to hold here. You can't see it do this, right? You're not going to want to see Meta do this and break right back under. That trades off. So if you're looking for upside on Meta on Facebook, look for it to hold 159.50. Okay, what I want to go over now is some of the sectors, because this is important, guys. This is going to show you if there is some more continued strength. The S&P is going to need its other sectors, right? The S&P is very diversified. It's not going to move up off one sector. You're going to need the whole thing to start helping. The whole machine needs to be working. And the reason why the S&P is underperformed is because of sectors like the XLE. So if we go to the daily chart, you can see this is the XLE, and this is a big part of the S&P 500. And look at what it's done over the last 2 weeks. So you can see basically straight down over the last 2 weeks. XLE is sitting at these previous highs around $70 a share, right? If we go to the 4-hour chart, we can see that it is going to try here. It's going to try, right? You can start to see it's trying. So this is a watch for me, right? Does the XLE hold this level? It is attempting it as of yesterday. That's big. That could be opportunity. I mean, if you catch this thing right here, let's say you were a buyer here. Let's say you were a buyer here, right? These buyers right here and right here, they got paid off pretty handsomely. So, are the buyers this time around going to get paid off handsomely? Are we going to see this? If I read the charts and I just look at what's happened previously, I would say there is definitely a possibility of that. You can't count that out, right? So I'm not going to say if it's going to happen or not, but I'm just looking at the charts. You can clearly see that that is a possibility. Is this time to scoop up some energy names? Something to think about, something you can ponder on for the rest of the day. I'm not going to tell you whether I think it is or not, but that's just something you want to ponder about, then go ahead, because that is definitely something I'd watch. XLV. Daily chart. This one's already starting to bounce, so the opportunity here looks to be over. It looks like the buyers were already handsomely paid off on XLV. Look how quickly this reacted. I mean, it's wild how quickly that bounced. So you got through that supply or that demand, broke down, touched this next level here. This is from back in 2021, January 2021. Look at this bounce. You got paid off pretty nicely there already on XLV, on healthcare names. Back above this demand. So I like that bounce for XLV. I think that's positive. XLP. Buyers are starting to get paid off here, right? Look. Buyers here got paid. Buyers here got paid. Buyers here got paid. Buyers here starting to get paid a little bit, right? Is it going to continue? I can't answer that, but just going to show you guys what's going on here, right? Nice little bounce on the XLP. That's going to help stocks like Walmart, which are sitting at demand, right? Walmart's sitting at this 120 demand. That could be an opportunity. Walmart off this 120, right? Procter and Gamble. Look at that bounce on P&G. What else? Pepsi. Big bounce on Pepsi off this double bottom. Nice. Coca-Cola. Little bounce on KO. So definitely some names, right, on the XLP that are starting to bounce. Because of that, you can see that ETF bounce. XLV. You can see, look at what UNH has done. Look at that bounce on UNH. AbbVie. Nice bounce there as well. Right off our level at 137. Wild. So what I'm trying to get across here is this hasn't bounced yet. XLE has not bounced yet. Does XLE bounce? And can you take advantage of that with something like CVX, like XOM, like Oxy, right? XLF, I hate the XLF. I gotta be honest, guys. I can't trade banks. That's your honest take for you, from me. But yeah, I mean, XLF, same thing, right? XLF, same thing. XLF, same exact thing. Goldman Sachs, I don't like that chart at all, to be honest. Bank of America, I don't like that chart at all. So yeah, I don't like banks personally. So, you guys, you do you on the XLF, but I'm more interested on the XLE because I know this is a strong sector that's pulled back. So there it is. That's something I'd keep in mind. I could be wrong, guys. I could be totally wrong. This could flush, but it's just something to watch out for. All right, let's continue. Let's go over the tickers that you guys want to go and look at, and then we will wrap this up. We will wrap this up. Damn, you guys got a lot in here. All right, we went over Snow. We went over Tesla. We went over CVX, went over Meta. We went over P&G, Coca-Cola, UNH. All right. Can you drop a O-tube video? I mean, I do it every day, don't I? Here on the live stream. All right. Unity Software. Unity Software. You need that break. You need that break. Right? Very clear. Very clear, very obvious. You need the break. You need the break of 45. Break, retest, boom. That's all you need if you want to look for upside. Or the rejection there, right? Piff, are you the one that put... we'll look at UNH for you, Piff. Don't worry. Look at it again. Just for you, Piff. Datadog. Bounce, right? We talked about this demand. Bouncing, right? You got to get over this 118. You got to get over this 118. Until you get over that 118, you're just in a channel. Look. Rejection, rejection. I'm sorry. Support, support, support. Rejection. You got to get over 118. Walmart. So yeah, 120 demand on Walmart, guys. That's what I'd be watching. You can see it. Come on now. You can see it right here on the weekly. 120 demand on Walmart. If the XLP holds up, Walmart's going to move as well. Target. Target held that gap fill that we talked about at 138.40, 138.50, and is starting to push higher. So that's your gap fill right there. 138.50. I would say you need to break this downtrend, and you probably need to at least get some green days behind you before I would say this is positive. But downtrend on Target, gap fill level, look to see if this can start to push higher out of this downtrend. Google, Google, I'm looking to see if it can hold this 22.75 today. If Google can hold this 22.75, I think you got your push towards 23.70. If you reject here, you're looking at 22.25. So this is a huge level on Google where it's literally trading at it at open. Right here. Big level on Google. 22.75. Needs to break above that. X doing nothing, guys. I don't know what to tell you here on X. It's just sort of doing nothing. It's done nothing for about just about a week. It's done absolutely zero. So I would just look to see. I would wait for it to make a move. Costco. Yeah, if you want to see Costco upside, you got to get over this 490 right here. Break of this 490. You can see right here, break of this 490, break of this 490. That's what you're looking for. Push through 490, hold the 490, then you get your upside move. I would look for that 490 break. Home Depot really hasn't done much of anything lately, but you can see this is previous demand. That's going to turn into resistance. So watch out for the 280 resistance on Home Depot. MicroStrategy, it's Bitcoin, guys. I'm going to stop doing MicroStrategy. Best of luck. It's Bitcoin. If you like Bitcoin, then you like MicroStrategy. MO, Altria, got clapped off the news. I don't know. It got clapped off news. So best of luck seeing if it comes back. But it's down off news. Enphase, we're looking at the same stocks every day. Enphase, which I guess is not a bad thing. I do that as well. So let me take that back. Not a bad thing to look at the same stocks. But when they're not moving, it's tough. So like Enphase, yeah, Enphase got above 200. Look for it to hold 200. That's what I'd look for in Enphase. Needs to hold 200. Netflix. Netflix. Yeah, Netflix is trying to get over this supply, right? Right here. Netflix is trying to get over this supply. Rejection. Rejections. This is Netflix right now. So what do you need to see on Netflix today? You need to see Netflix hold above 182.50. Netflix needs to hold above 182.50 for upside. FedEx earnings. See if there's continuation. It was pretty decent earnings. But you can see we are stuck below supply. Right below 238, we're still stuck below it. Needs to get over that supply level. Oracle has done absolutely zero. There's nothing going on here. Don't look at it. Trade something else. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just done nothing. All right. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Let me go over UNH real quick for Piff. Actually, no, Piff, I'll just send it to you in the Discord, man. Just remind me. All right. Have a fantastic day. Thank you guys for being here. A lot of the stocks that you guys are asking for was looked at already in the stream. So, yeah, rewind it if you want to look at it. How do I find my levels? I do it myself. Jan, Ebo, you've asked that 1,000 times. I'm here. You're watching me do it, right? I'm here doing it. This is how I do it. I watch, and I look at the levels, and I do it on the live stream. So if you want to learn, come hang out in the live stream. I do it every single day. All right, guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Press that like button if you could. Shout out to Jay Price for the $55 in donations today. That is insane. So shout out to you, Jay. I hope you have a better weekend than all of us. And let's have a good week. End of the week. Close the week strong. Today, let's get a real quick update. I like to give you a quick update on the NASDAQ and ES here. Yeah, you're still there, right? It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Look at that NQES. They're right there. All right, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much. I will see you Monday. Peace.